What's going on, guys? Dave here, JDH Reptiles. It has been a bit. This is a Saturday video. I'm actually doing this on Friday, but I'm going to post it on Saturday. I don't typically post videos on the weekend, but I really want to get this video out to you guys. So, kind of an update of what has happened here in like the last month, because it's been a crazy month. First of all, we have purchased and we had installed a Generac in-home or whole house generator, because every year we lose electricity in the winter. This year we probably won't now because we have the generator, but we go days without electricity. So it was in our best interest to spend the big dollars, the very big dollars, and have a full-size Generac in-home or all-home generator installed. So that was done at the beginning of November. We started doing some of our pairings, like, I don't know, a couple weeks into October. We haven't seen any real big follicle growth at all yet this year. Everything's just starting. It's a slow start to this year, which is different than previous years, but we also shrunk down the amount of females we're planning to breed this year, and I'll get more into that in another video. It's not economy based. It was more of honing in on our projects. So we sold a bunch of females, and we got a bunch of females that are, you know, maybe later this year, otherwise for next season we'll move over, and they're going to help move a lot of our projects forward. But Jamie and I, we've always had a big picture of being more of a boutique breeder, and that means, sorry, I'm trying to get a little of the whitewash off. Boutique breeder doesn't mean, you know, we're not trying to be a Canova or in, you know, always evolving or any of that, but we don't want to make any more, you know, things that don't inspire us. And what inspires us is kind of those higher, upper end, double, triple, recessive animals, but doing it our way, not following, you know, everybody else. So this year we shrunk down the idea of doing like 55 pairings. I think we're down to like 35 or 40. So that means if we lose 10%, we're going to have somewhere between 30 and 35 clutches. If we're lucky, I think we only hit 29 last year. So if we're unlucky, we'll be under that for sure. But a lot of specific breeding going on this season, because we really need to take some of these projects that we're really interested in and move them to the next level. And we've been trying to put that off because we want to make, you know, other things, and we're just setting ourselves behind. So, slow start to the season. I'm going to do some ultrasounding potentially this weekend, and then I'm going to do a video updating where we're at with all these girls, who we're breeding, who we're not breeding, and same with the males. Who's going to see females, who's going to be on the back burner, who's going to be like a backup. But yeah, it took a lot of time. I think we had 5 or 6. Let's see here. I think this is our 6th rewrite of this year's pairings. So, a lot of heartbreak. A lot of girls we looked at that we really, really, really like, that we decided either not pair or sell. But you know, it's all about trying to maximize our growth with the space that we have. And we can't continue to do that by breeding unnecessary projects that we're not interested in. So, that's the pairing side. We got the generator side. Another thing I did want to say, thank you very much to all those people who supported us during the Black Friday ARS rack raffle. And I don't mean buying spots. I mean those of you who came to this channel, those of you who watched the videos, those of you who hit the like button, who have subscribed since then. Thank you very much. This channel, I was really hoping to hit about 4,000 subs this year. We're not even close to that, but we did have a huge growth. And matter of fact, I was going to wait and do this in another video, and maybe I'll do an extended video down the road. But I'm interested. I want to know where we are at currently. So it says currently we are at 2,281 subscribers. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. 2281. We started out, let's see here, 2147. So 140 some subs, and this was from, let's see if I can get some info on this photo, because I know there's a way to do that. Let's see here. So this was from May 1st. So what, 6 months? Something like that, 7 months. We've got a couple hundred subscribers. The beginning of the year, we had just hit 2,000 subs, and I was shooting for 4,000. Obviously, we didn't come close, but I'm thankful for every subscriber that we did earn this year. Thank you again very much. We appreciate it. If there are videos you would like to see as a watcher and a follower and a subscriber to this channel, leave a comment on our videos. Let me know. You know, I want to see information on certain genes. I want to see these girls or these guys, or I want to know more about your whatever it is. Whatever it is. If you need to learn something and you think that I have the ability to help you with that, put it in the comments. The comment section I read thoroughly. The comment section I always reply to. I will write down your question, your ask, and I will put it in a video, because I thoroughly enjoy doing these videos. I just sometimes run out of ideas for content, and I don't want to do just the same old same, and I don't like piggybacking off of what I see other people do. I want to kind of keep this channel separate. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, we just heard about that situation on this YouTube and this YouTube and this YouTube, so Dave's going to give his take. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. So leave your comments down below. That'll help me out. I'll definitely answer either. I'll answer your comment directly. I'll email you if you'd rather me email you directly. Leave an email address, or leave the comment. I'll add it to a future video. So thank you on the growth of the channel. Appreciate that. Again, I'll get into a bigger breeding video down the road, but I wanted to update you on that a little bit. The next thing I want to talk about was our Patreon group, as well as our Patreon pairing for the year. Now, some of you may say, I don't care about Patreon, and that's fine. I never want anybody to join any Patreon if they don't feel they can gain something from it. And if you join my Patreon, and I'm not offering you content that you're looking for, or advice, or whatever it is, first of all, as I tell everybody, you have to tell me what you want, because you're going to get the most out of your Patreon experience, no matter whose Patreon it is, only by making sure you are avid and you advocate for yourself by letting me know, or whose ever Patreon you're on, that you want certain information, certain videos, help with something specifically. Otherwise, we don't know exactly what each and every person wants. So it's hard to gear, you know, social media stuff and content to multiple people on a more personal platform like Patreon, and make sure everybody's happy, unless you know what everybody wants. So if you join my Patreon, which links down below, I would recommend you at least look at it. If you like to buy animals from us, there's discounts in there. But if you join Patreon, I just ask, if there's something you want to see, if there's content you want me to make something on, if there's help you need directly, message me. We also have a Facebook chat directly for our Patreons. You will get access to that no matter what tier you're in. You can post up there. You can message me directly on any social media. You can email me through Patreon. Anything. You can email me, you know, through my regular email. And most of my Patreons also have my phone number. So that's an option as well. But again, you will get what you want only if you ask for it. I mean, that's the best I can put it. So if you're going to spend the money to join anybody's Patreon, make sure you're getting something out of it. If you're not getting anything out of it, then either you need to speak up and ask for something, Or if you've already done that and they're failing you, leave the Patreon. That's same here. If you're in my Patreon, you've asked me for something and I'm not providing it, leave. Please, I don't want you unhappy. I don't want to take your money. I try and take all the money that I get from our Patreon and reinvest it right back into not only this, but into you guys with specific deals, dropping prices even further, specifically for just our Patreons, giveaways, etc. So, going step 2 with our Patreon, the Patreon pairing. We typically start our Patreon pairing in October. This year, because everything is delayed, really, we're not going to start it till January. So those of you listening to this in December, you have all the rest of this month to join our Patreon. And then in about a week or so, probably the week before Thanksgiving, we're going to make a video specific to our Patreon. And they are going to get the option to pick between 2 choices for the pairing of the year. Now, if you've never heard of this, if you've never seen this video where I've talked about this in the previous years, what we do, we know our pairings. I pick a pairing that I think would be awesome. It could make an awesome hatchling for someone to have for free. Jamie looks at our collection, looks at our pairings, and goes, I like this pairing, and I think this will make an awesome option for somebody. So then we present both of our options, and the Patreon pairing will vote. And the one with the most votes will be the Patreon pairing. What happens is we follow that pairing every month, see how they're growing, see how the follicles are growing. You know, when they pre-lay shed, they ovulate, they lay eggs, etc. All that's documented. When they lay eggs, we take a photo of the eggs. However many there is, we write, 1 through 5, 1 through 8, 1 through 10, whatever there is. And the Patreon people will get to vote on which egg they would like. The one with the most votes, that's the Patreon egg. When it hatches, no matter what it is, that there's a Patreon, someone gets that animal. Okay? So we will do another drawing of all people who are in that Patreon tier or better. And whoever the winner is of the drawing will get said animal. So it doesn't matter if it's a $500 animal, $200 animal, or $5,000 animal. Whatever comes out of that egg, that goes to the person who won it. Plain and simple. So it is a fantastic opportunity for those of you who want to be in our Patreon to potentially pick up a free, hopefully we hope to give out a free big dollar high project animal. And this year, I think we've come up with some really good options. So, well, if you're part of our Patreon or you join our Patreon, your voice will be heard. You'll get to vote on which pairing you like the best, and then we will go from there. Now, the one that doesn't get picked ends up being our backup pairing, because sometimes pairings just don't go through. We breed and breed and breed and breed and breed, and for some reason the girl reabsorbs, lays duds, whatever. So we use that second pairing as a backup. And so we always have a backup lined up. Someone is going to leave with a free animal regardless. Sometimes we actually give away 2. It just depends. So that's something else I wanted to toss out there. Check it out. The link is down below to our Patreon. We have multiple different tiers. I can tell you right now, the $10 tier, which is called the Patreon pairing tier or Patreon tier, you have to be in that tier to be in the running for the Patreon pairing. Okay? So if you're above that, there are benefits to that also for this Patreon pairing, and I'll get into that with our Patreon exclusive members. But you get additional chances of winning the main drawing for the animal, if that makes any sense. So if you have questions, if you're interested, leave them down below. You can email me directly at jdhreptiles@gmail.com. Message me on Facebook or Instagram. Guys, I appreciate it again. I appreciate your support. I'm going to try and start making a bunch of more videos this week. Get things caught up. I'd like to discuss how our year ended. I'd like to discuss what our pairings look like for this year. I'd like to discuss some animals we're going to release, both males, females, some hatchlings that were in the holdback rack that are now being moved out to sub-adults to adult breeders. And those who are in our Patreon will get a special extra discount on those animals. I'm going to do some videos this season. I call it the off season because the breeding to me is the off season. But I want to do videos on, you know, how we manage our collection, what we use for bedding. You know, the noise you hear in the background right now, that noise, to humidifier, what we use, how we run our humidifier, how we maintain it, how we maintain our heat in our room, all that stuff. So if you're interested in more videos, some more education, some more fun, make sure you stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe, like this video if you would, please. Again, I appreciate it. I'm actually considering doing a weekly live video too. I'm snowballing here, okay? So that's some ideas. I don't think I'm going to do a podcast. I don't have any interest in that. I'm not that much of a people pleaser, or that much, I should say, not people pleaser. I guess I'm really a people pleaser, but I'm not a people person. Like, I don't talk a lot to people. So that's why you don't see me on a lot of people's podcasts. I've been invited on podcasts in the past. I've joined a couple. But I'm a real black and white person, so if you ask me a question, you're getting an answer. If you don't have any more questions, deuces. I'm done. I don't know what else to say. So I don't think I could properly run a podcast. But I would like to do a live, get people to, you know, ask questions, show off animals, you know, talk about specific genetics or whatever it may be. Maybe a hot topic of the week, whatever it is. We could go over that. We'll see. I'm, again, snowballing here. That's my update for right now. Again, I'm going to try and get some videos out next week. I'd like to get the channel moving again. We purchased a puppy at the beginning of the month. So we've been busy with that. We just came back from vacation. So I would like to do a video on how we prepare the collection for when we leave and what we do when we return. That'd be, I think, a really good video. And maybe some things you guys have never thought about. But yeah, lots to come. Again, your suggestions will help make this channel better. It'll help make everything that we do better for you, because I'll be able to gear things towards your liking. But until then, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Any questions anytime, you can leave those down below. You can email me, hit me up on social media. Check all my links down below, my Morph Market. Again, follow me on all my social media. Check out the Patreon. Even if you don't think you're interested, just check it out. See if there's something there that interests you. See if perhaps the discount is something you would benefit from if you want to buy something from us. Or maybe the Patreon pairing idea is something that interests you. Whatever it may be, just take a look and see if it interests you. Again, if you have any questions about that, send me a message. I'll answer them all. You guys have been really great. I appreciate it. You guys have a good weekend. That's going to do it for right now. I'll see you on the next video.